you don't know anything about.
I don't.
The Central Michigan athletic teams used to be called the Chippewas, named for a local Native American tribe. But what are they called now? The Bearcats, the Eagles, the Mitten Kittens, or they're still called the Chippewas?
Are they still called the Chippewas?
They're still called the Chippewas.
Yes, right. Because you put it in your weather is verse. See, I listen, Gary.
Yeah, that's right. See, I gave you clues. That's right. So back in 1989, there was kind of a movement, and they thought, maybe because a lot of teams went away from Native American names.
Yes.
And they actually have the support of the local Chippewa tribe, and so they kept the name Chippewas.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah, they changed their logos. They used to have spears and things like that. Now they have a big C for Central Michigan, and they affectionately refer to themselves as the Chips.
I love it.
Now, all of that serves as a prelude to this poem coming up, which we call The Weather Could Be Verse. And so here you go. Coach Freeman's advice to his players against Central Michigan today is to leave it all out on the field and let the chips fall where they may. Yeah, you see how that works? Yeah. So those are a different kind of chips. So the chips come calling. They're going to be at Notre Dame Stadium today. Kickoff is at 2:30, and we expect the weather to cooperate, where we will be seeing an increase in cloudiness. You notice it already, but the rain is not supposed to start until later on tonight into tomorrow morning, and even then, it'll be very light. But still, I always tell people a good piece of advice is take a jacket just in case. It should not rain very heavily. I don't think it'll rain at all. But you can see the campus looking lovely there this morning as the sun, we had a beautiful shot of the sunrise this morning before those clouds moved in, but the campus looking lovely, 53 degrees, a southeast wind right now at 3 miles an hour. Michigan City, also another beautiful sunrise, but it's gone up behind the cloud deck now from the Blue Chip Casino, 52 degrees, calm winds over in that neck of the woods, a little farther up the shoreline in St. Joe, Michigan, and Benton Harbor area. It is waves are just about flat calm out there. Not much in the way of any wind whatsoever. 54 degrees currently out there. We've seen a lot of boat traffic, even though you don't notice it in this shot right now. It seems to have slowed down a little bit. There you can see satellite radar combination, and these clouds that have begun to move in, they will continue to thicken up. The rain is staying a little bit farther to our west, and as it moves toward the east, it tends to dry out, okay? So some of this will evaporate, some of it will kind of stall out, some will go a little bit farther south, but here in the state of Indiana, whether you're playing today in South Bend or down at West Lafayette, we are not expecting rain during game time, but we probably will get some in the overnight hours tonight. Current conditions range from the mid to upper 40s into the mid to upper 50s and even 61 over there in Chicago. You can see these very light south breezes, southwest, coming up and bring us a little bit of warmer air. If you're headed up to the big lake today, it's not a bad day to be there, but probably not the best for sunbathing because there won't be much sun. It'll be mostly cloudy up there with swim risk in the low category. Waves only about a foot. Those winds will pick up a little bit on the lakeshore to about 10 miles an hour, but they'll be out of the southwest, so not producing a whole lot of wave action. Notre Dame Stadium getting ready for the Chippewas of Central Michigan coming in today. It'll be about 73 degrees at that 2:30 kickoff. Mostly cloudy skies. The clouds will continue to thicken up as we go through the game. I would not count out the possibility of a few sprinkles, but I really, the forecast officially says no, but it's always a good idea to take something to the game with you just in case. But you can see 0% chance of rain during the game with mostly cloudy skies. The rain comes in a little bit after that. Here's Hurricane Lee. Now, Hurricane Lee has been downgraded. It's now in a tropical depression, basically. It's a minimal hurricane, but will be downgraded. Winds currently sustained at 80 miles an hour, so still officially a hurricane at this point. And you can see that it is impacting the Canadian Maritimes. This is Halifax, Nova Scotia up here, but the rain shield extending down to Boston, even New York. And you can see the size of that storm. So it's very nasty conditions right now up in the Canadian Maritimes in the North Atlantic. Satellite radar one more time. We'll show you this. We'll drop the fronts in here. You can see this cool front is out here to the west of us. And that's one of the reasons that we really think the rain will hold off for a bit, because that front is not making much progress as it moves off to the east, and we're protected by a little bit of high pressure. Excuse me. So you can see on Future Track that the clouds will continue to gather. This is by 3 o'clock. We'll go here to the end of the game, about 7 o'clock. Still clouds, the rain out to the west of us, and then it starts to come through here later on tonight, early tomorrow morning, and it does stick around here for a little while, most of the day tomorrow. But again, just sprinkles, not anything that's really heavy-duty rain, no major amounts. 10-day forecast here for today. We're looking at a nice, pleasant high of 76 degrees. perfect football weather, really. You know, and a few clouds will keep the sun off of people. It was kind of difficult a couple of weeks ago. There was so much sunshine. We had a lot of lobsters in the stadium, didn't we? But tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, a few sprinkles here and there. And then that continues probably into early Monday morning, but you can see how nicely it clears out then by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So a nice way to get into the week. We are keeping a very close eye. Next Saturday, 78 degrees, partly cloudy against Ohio State, but you can also see the possibility of some rain there.